Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Intelligent Idea Talkers podcast for the date of Sunday, March 24th, 2019.
Yes, sir.
I'm your host, D.
This is Juice.
And hey, we back for another episode. God bless, guys. Thank you for joining us.
Yep, we got a few topics to cover today, man. Number of different things. Fortunately, next week we'll have a guest who's going to come on and do the show with us. Going to Skype in. So look forward to that.
Bread Man.
Yeah,
C.
the Bread Man C. You know what I'm saying? But today we're going to go over the... we both saw the movie Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel.
And
didn't they have a character in there named Marvel? Am I tripping? Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I was like, that's a little on the nose. Marvel.
Dude, remember, I don't know if you know, but Shazam. Originally, Captain Marvel, turns out.
Really?
His original name was Captain Marvel, but because of copyright.
That makes sense.
Yeah, they had to pull that jump. So
you gotta pull that.
It's funny because they had Captain Marvel come out, then technically Captain Marvel's coming out later. But
true.
But it's Shazam.
You know, Shazam.
Captain Marvel.
Just to throw it in real quick, Shazam looks kind of interesting. I think they sold me on Shazam while I was watching Captain Marvel because they showed the trailer, and I was like, before I was like, I don't want to see Shazam. It looks kind of kiddie, you know.
Yeah.
But after seeing that trailer, that extended trailer in the movie, I was like,
wait, the extended trailer? What?
Well,
anything interesting happened? Like,
I hadn't seen the trailer I was seeing in the movies before I had seen it in the movie to see Captain Marvel. I hadn't seen that trailer, that full trailer, but it got me more into the movie. I was like, okay, I could probably sit through 2 hours of this because it might be kind of cool, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know. It does look kiddie,
right.
The way they play it up. You know, he's like a big kid and a big
body,
a grown man's body.
Like,
and
what was that old movie with Tom Hanks?
Big.
Yeah, Big.
That was the movie. Like, shout out to Tom Hanks.
Yeah, it was. It was a movie. Yeah, the big keyboard you walked on.
That was the movie. That joint was on recently, matter of fact.
But hey, well, watch this for Shazam. All right, I'm gonna call it. I don't know if they showed it in that extended trailer, but the old man, the old wizard, is gonna be some famous actor. I don't know who. But watch, because they purposely. They haven't showed his face at all.
Right.
So watch it be like, I don't know.
It's gonna be like
big actor.
It's gonna be Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks gonna be the villain for Shazam.
Hey, call it. You heard it first.
Right.
The Intelligent Idea Talkers podcast.
I'm telling you,
we called it.
Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks is the old man Shazam.
But back to Captain Marvel, man. You know what? I thought, because before I saw the movie, like I was saying, I had heard that it was kind of slow in the middle, like, you know, spoiler alert for anybody who hasn't seen Captain Marvel, but it was kind of slow in the middle, and when she got to Earth, the movie kind of slowed down and bogged down, and you were kind of bored. That's what I was hearing before I had seen the movie. Never pay attention to critics, or even, you know, not professional critics, but just people on the internet in general. Go see a movie. When it comes to entertainment and movies, go see it for yourself. Yeah. Because you might like a movie that somebody else hates, and you might hate a movie that somebody else likes. But this movie was off the hook. I thought the actress did a great job. Now you gotta kind of put a caveat there because it's a Marvel movie, and most Marvel movies are good.
Like Marvel didn't accidentally release this movie.
Right.
Like they put work into it.
They've been planning this since,
and you can tell
years ago.
You can tell because, like you were saying, the critics were saying that this movie's gonna be slow. It's gonna be boring. The characters aren't gonna mesh. I mean, there were some issues, of course, but the fact of the matter is, overall, like, it was a solid Marvel movie. Like, I'd watch it again, right?
I thought the actress was very charming. Like, when she was, it's kind of like Thor Ragnarok, right? Like, we knew the actor who played Thor was, you know, a good actor, and he was funny, you know. But until Thor Ragnarok came out, you know, you kind of didn't know he was that humorous in his role because the Thors before that, and even his role in the Avengers, were a little more serious, you know. And
they were building, right? And that's probably a big issue what people are complaining about with this movie. Is it's a movie it's the first in a series of Captain Marvel movies, right? So you have to give her time to breathe because there's not always going to be fun and games and crazy action. Watch her be great in Endgame, right?
Oh, of course.
Watch her be amazing in this jump.
She's going to be amazing in it.
Yeah. So I'm just saying, people got to give it time to build. Like, first movies are always a little bit off. Like, think of the first Tony Stark movie, Iron Man.
Oh, the Iron Man was tight. But it got better as it went along.
It wasn't action-packed all the way through.
Right.
First Captain America jump. Same thing. Captain America, I liked it because of the whole era.
All right, I liked it too.
But a lot of people complained that it was slow. I was like, I guess. Because you have to build his origin story,
right?
You know.
I mean, shoot. Speaking of Thor, the first 2 Thor movies were slow, like Thor: Dark World, and I guess it was Thor, just Thor before that. But until the Avengers and Thor Ragnarok, you really got to see the funny side of Chris Hemsworth, the guy who plays Thor, and you know, you got to give her time to breathe. She might be funnier than she was in this movie. Her next movies might be more action packed. Like the plot for this movie, of course, there were questions, like you just said.
Yeah.
Like, you know, movie wise, how the hell did she absorb this bomb? Spoiler alert, guys.
Oh yeah, you know what? All this is spoilers.
Right.
We talking about it.
And she absorbed this freaking bomb that gave her Captain Marvel powers. Now, I'm sure they said what the bomb was, what kind of energy it was made of. Although I can't remember off the top of my head.
It was have anything to do with the Tesseract? Or
right.
was that something else? No, that was in the ship.
Right. They didn't have the Tesseract at that point. It was some kind of like reactor or something that would power their ship to get them to their home world.
Some like infinity, like space time,
light
speed drive.
It was of alien origin, so you can excuse that part. That was
special.
And plus, it's a Marvel movie. You know. Another thing with the movie is, what the hell was up with that cat? What was that cat? You know?
I don't know, man.
And anybody who's seen the movie knows what I'm talking about. There's this freaking cat that like turns into a squid in the middle of the movie.
It was eating.
Right. It was eating tesseracts and whatnot.
Yeah.
So like,
was it called a flurkin?
It was a
flurkin.
It did eat people in there, right?
Yeah.
It was like, cat.
Shit.
Did they say what that cat was? I don't think
they called it a flurkin.
Okay.
But I don't know what a flurkin is.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Like I don't know.
That was surprising.
Wait a minute. Was there a monster in another Marvel?
Because it looked familiar, right? That came out like
Guardians of the Galaxy. Was there like a monster in that jump that was?
I'm not sure, but they did tie this movie into Guardians of the Galaxy because Ronan from Guardians of the Galaxy was in this movie.
Dude with the hammer.
Was he the main bad guy? I guess he kind of was.
He was like at the top,
right?
I think what was the guy she was traveling with? Her commander. He was, I guess, the main villain.
And he worked for Ronan, I guess.
Yeah.
He was kind of underwhelming. That guy, whoever her captain was that she was with, that he was kind of, you know, underwhelming.
I saw that cross coming.
Right.
I saw the double cross.
You could see it coming from like the middle of the movie. You're like, okay, he's not on our side.
So as soon as first off, as soon as I realized the Skrulls had a pretty good sense of humor, I was like, oh no. I was like, oh. Like that guy's clearly the bad guy now.
And they're just hanging out with this alien race, the Skrulls or whatever, like eating dinner and whatnot, and the kids are playing together outside. I'm like,
oh man, this guy's a bad guy.
It was kind of see through at that point. Yeah, man, but I like the part when she got to Earth, because I had heard before, like I said, the movie slowed down when she got to Earth. When she got to Earth, I like the banter. I like how they immediately introduced Fury. I thought that was tight.
Yes.
Right? And he was easily one of the best parts of this movie.
Yeah,
he wasn't overly funny.
But he carried a lot of the humor
he definitely did,
in the movie.
Yeah, definitely. And when she got to Earth and they started talking back and forth, and she just kind of fit right in. Like, I was never bored during the movie. That's how I measure a good movie. Am I bored during the movie? Do I want out of the movie? Am I like, okay, when is this going to be over? And I wasn't bored. I thought everything...
At no point could I go to the bathroom.
Right. And it was cool. Visual effects were off the hook. But the banter back and forth between her and Fury, and she's like, oh, she hooked up this thing to the telephone and made a space alien call and whatnot. I'm like, okay, she understands what she's doing. She's not stupid. I like how we didn't have to see too much of her origin story, you know, because those always bog superhero movies down.
Or that they weaved it into the overall story, so they don't have to do 2 movies for this.
Right, and those flashbacks are cool. It's kind of the same thing they did, speaking of DC, with Man of Steel. You know, how they kind of mixed his flashbacks in with the origins, and they kept the action rolling, and you didn't have to go back and spend half the movie seeing where they came from and them learning to be a person and about humanity and all this, you know. But I thought it was great, man.
Vacant-eyed flashbacks.
Speaking of Fury, I like the way they showed how he lost his eye. Spoiler alert. I'm like, that's it. That's it.
It's like, word.
He just got scratched.
By Flurkin.
So
you didn't get scratched by Flurkin.
Right. So maybe it's like a plasma cut or something. Like it's an alien origin cut. But I'm like, so if I lift the eye patch up, am I just going to see 3 little... I mean, I guess you would need an eye patch. It'll mess your vision up, right?
Yeah.
But he didn't seem to... You know, he seemed kind of nonchalant about losing an eye.
I was surprised how cuddly he was with like this was a Nick Fury we hadn't seen, because this was before the hardened Nick Fury.
Oh, he was not hardened at all.
He was like cunning, but he wasn't hardened.
No.
So he was like in that joint playing with the kitty.
That was funny.
He had a face, the sense of humor though.
Yeah, it could be a kitty. And what was up with him always drinking like some tea or something? Anytime they showed him in the house, her friend's house. She always had like a glass of tea. I mean, it was like at least 4 or 5 scenes where they showed him with the same cup drinking some tea or something. I'm like, what is up with this? What's in the cup?
The results of the Flurkin scratch.
Right. I don't know.
Thirsty.
Yeah, it was cool though. It was a good movie, man. The visual effects were off the hook. Yeah. Marvel just knows how to make movies, man. Did you see there's this thing online where like somebody made a challenge where like you can enter this contest to win $1,000 if you watch all 20 some odd Marvel movies back to back to back to back to back. You ain't hear about that?
Is that hard? What, can you like not eat or go to the bathroom in between?
I'm not sure the exact rules.
What's the challenge? Because I do that in a minute.
Right. I'm not sure the exact. I don't know. 20 some movies. That's at least like 40 plus hours of viewing right there. I don't know if you can sit. Obviously you can't sit without you going to the bathroom. They have to have breaks, but
you'd probably be so disillusioned with the reality.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When you come out of that joke,
it'd be hard. I mean, after 12 hours, you're like, okay, I've been watching Thor. I mean, are they going to switch it up, or do I have to watch movies chronologically, like as they were released?
Please, chronologically,
right?
I would love it.
Or do I have to watch like Thor 1, 2, and 3, and then I go to Iron Man 1, 2, and 3?
No, that would kind of suck.
But that would be a cool contest. I thought about it too. I was like, I could do that.
Yeah. 100%.
But then I thought about it, like, I don't know if I can do that. I don't know if I can sit there for 40 hours to watch all these Marvel
Challenge
movies.
Accepted.
Right.
Juice. Intelligent Idea Talkers Podcast. Challenge accepted.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm not buying the movies though. It's a lot of money.
I think I saw it on Facebook.
It's like $300 for all those movies.
So,
I want to point out one more thing that I really liked about the movie was it's a little Easter egg in there. So they had her friend. I forgot her first name.
Black girl.
Yeah, the black girl. What's her name? Something Rambeau. Anyway.
Right.
So if you guys know anything about comics, and you know that one of the first female Captain Marvels in the Marvel Universe was Monica Rambeau, who was the daughter in this movie. So she also has like hyper spectrum light powers, right? Like cosmic level power. She's one of the most powerful people in the Marvel Universe.
So maybe Marvel is like layering their movies. They're setting up for even after the actress who plays Captain Marvel leaves, you know, like if she absorbs Captain Marvel's power, somehow the little girl, you know.
Yeah, that would be cool. Like somehow she absorbs her power. Or maybe they do like a sidekick thing or whatever. Like in the Marvel Universe, they exist together. Like and she's like Captain Marvel was first. She was like came out in the 70s or something. So she was like Monica Rambeau. So she was Captain Marvel, and then she changed her name later, whatever.
Okay.
To right now, I think she's Spectrum. But still, like it would be cool if like somehow in the Marvel universe, like they did like a Captain Marvel cosmic universe kind of like team up with those two, man. That would be so dope, man.
The good thing with superhero movies,
it was a good little thing they added, man. I love that.
Like DC and Marvel, the good thing is they can go so many directions. Yeah. You know, like there's limitless directions you can go in, team ups. Like I was thinking about this Captain Marvel. I would love to see speaking of Thor, I would love to see a her and Thor movie. Like think about her, Thor, and Rocket and Groot, or like a Thor, Rocket and Groot movie in space.
In space,
it'd be awesome, right? Like come on, man.
And you bring in the Nova Corps,
right?
Oh, come on.
I mean, yeah, it's like infinite ways you can go. I mean, you could do a Spider-Man and her team up movie. You know what I mean? And Marvel just knows how to kill it, man. They know how to pique guys' interest. And the reason these movies do so well is because not just the kids going to see them, the parents grew up reading these comic books and these origin stories, and the parents want to see it. So it's like it's a generational experience to go see these movies. I mean, kids now like it. You know, 7-10-year-old would love seeing Spider-Man. 37-year-old would love to go see the new Spider-Man movie. Yes. You know, so you get all
that. They have enough in there to they have enough content. They have enough good new content, old content. They have it, so we don't mind the changes because they make changes. Right. It's fine, but we don't mind the changes. Nope. Like it's reasonable. It's like okay, fine. You know, you still got the general gist of what's going on, and then you got enough for the new kids to come in and be like, oh, like guys are like fascinating characters. The story is interesting. The special effects are on point. Like that's the thing about Marvel. And they do so much. They do so much stuff they don't even have to do to appeal to like older watchers. Right.
I mean, they do a lot of tie-ins. I mean, and like you said, we don't mind changes. Speaking of Infinity War, this is the last movie in a line of movies since this Marvel experience started for a large part of the population, the moviegoers. Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Evans have been a part of this experience. You know. Yes. Forecast. We were talking about it might have even been on camera just now. Talking about Captain America and the first Iron Man. And we've seen those movies so long ago now. I mean, Iron Man came out in 2007. 2008. It's like,
crazy,
it's 11 years ago. So we've been living with these movies for 11 years, and this movie coming up will be supposedly, allegedly, these two lead actors for Marvel, their last appearance in movies. You know. And we don't mind. I'm excited to see the next Captain Marvel. I'm excited to see the next Spider-Man. Right. And it's like a living comic book. You know, and anybody who loves manga, comic books, anime,
just sci-fi stories,
we're just eating it up. We're ready to eat it up. Like,
oh man, I'm so nervous about like Endgame. Like we know it's going to be good.
I'm so excited for this summer, man. Spider-Man, Endgame. What else comes out? Shazam. Even though it's not Marvel, it's DC. I love DC movies. I like how they're different from Marvel. And I know a lot of people hate on DC, but I like how they're different, and they still have that same comic book element to it. And they can go so many different ways. Their problem is they didn't take the time that Marvel took to build up this cinematic universe.
Because they jumped in late. They caught on to like, oh, this is... Oh, so you know about the merger, the Disney and Fox merger, right?
Right.
Where they bought like X-Men.
X-Men. I think even... I'm not sure if Fox, maybe
Deadpool.
Sony.
They bought Deadpool.
Okay. And the Fantastic Four, right? Am I wrong with that?
Probably. I assume they got in the package. I figured they get like everything.
Right.
And they probably got Venom, right?
Disney is like
it's about to be lit, guys. Like it's about to go down.
I did see a post. It might have been on Instagram of a Marvel. I think it was the other day. Speaking of the merger, because somebody posted something about it, and they had a Marvel symbol, and it had the Wolverine's claws scratched through it. So it's like somebody's coming home. I think that was the caption underneath. Welcome home or something. And I was
Wolverine's definitely an Avenger.
Oh, no, come on.
He's definitely an Avenger.
That movie, Logan, that little girl, I know they're not going to get Hugh Jackman. If they get another guy to play him, fine. Okay, so be it. Comic book fans, we don't mind change. If you read comic books, if you read comic books, you have to be used to change because crap changes all the time.
Yeah, I mean, Wolverine's been dead for like 2 years at this point. And he's back now. So it's like, man,
if they don't get a guy to play Wolverine, I would love to see that little girl, X-23, as the next feature Wolverine. I would not even care. I would not mind. That little girl was so vicious in the movie. Like, she played that part to perfection. And sorry, I'm going on a tangent. Yeah. But, you know, it's supposed to be Captain Marvel review, but it's all encompassing Marvel, and DC. And I can't wait to see it, man. It's crazy. It's like we crave distraction. Can't speak for other countries, but definitely in America, we crave distraction from this crazy life that we have where everything is work and politics and sensitivity and how people feel. And when I go to a movie, I like to go there and escape for 2 hours. And I felt like I escaped with Captain Marvel, Yeah. Like, I worry about the world after this movie ends.
The part of the end, remember when she flew up, like after she took out the bombs and she flew up to the jump and she powered up, it was like, boom! That was my part, son.
Which is
like,
crazy.
They were just like, all right, we gotta go.
I'm like, so she's more vicious than Superman with them plasma blasts, right? Because Superman couldn't even have taken out all those bombs like that. I mean, it was like
he was hurt.
It was a cluster of bombs coming in, and she took them all out. I was like, she's not going to take out all those, is she? Yeah, she took them all out. Yeah, plasma blasted them all. It was cool. She was overpowered, but they didn't show how much overpowered she was. Right?
She is hyper. Like, she's powerful. Don't get me wrong. She's like top tier.
But they didn't overdo it.
I don't know if she's, I don't know, man. Maybe she is that. I've seen her do some shit.
Right. I was watching Man of Steel the other day, and we're doing a lot of references back to old movies.
Yeah.
But Man of Steel, I remember how I felt in the movies. Like Superman, he wasn't overpowered, but you felt like you kind of wanted out of the action at the end of the movie because like there was so much destruction. It was like the last 45 minutes of that movie is all destruction, and because that's when the terraforming thing comes in and he's fighting all the aliens, and then after that's over he fights Zod and destroys half the city. You're like, it's literally like 30 minutes of action.
Like, it's like, well, it's over. Right? There's nothing left.
They're like, dang,
what are you fighting for?
And it's not overpowered, but it was like, and they did a good job of not doing that with this movie.
Yeah, there was in the desert, over in the air and stuff. I don't mind that though.
It wasn't overly destructive.
I kind of like that though. I like when. Because for me, it's realistic. If you did have people, God levels, like fighting like this,
right?
Destruction's gonna happen.
Man of Steel was awesome. Why didn't we get a Man of Steel 2? Why did that never happen? Why did that never materialize?
No,
like we're getting Shazam.
No, they had.
We didn't get Man of Steel 2.
It was Batman vs Superman. That was a sequel.
Which
and
was
then
fine.
after that, yeah, it was good.
But if they wanted to do it the right way, they should have gave us Man of Steel, a Batman solo movie with Ben Affleck.
Yes.
Man of Steel 2, or Even they could have went to Batman vs Superman. They should have did a Man of Steel 2 and a single Batman movie to build the universe. And maybe in Man of Steel 2 you could introduce Wonder Woman or Aquaman. You know, right. And then in the Batman solo movie, you could have introduced Cyborg or something like that.
Yeah, bring
it in, weave slowly, it all together. You know,
it, right? Don't just it was like
And I'm hoping that even Shazam, they feature somebody from the Justice League. You know, can we get Cyborg? Can we get a Flash scene in there? Maybe Flash makes an appearance for 30 minutes of the movie, like they did.
We need them to do better with Cyborg too.
Right.
Cyborg's kind of a big deal, and I'm just not.
The only problem with Cyborg is he's so CGI.
Yeah, man.
Right, it's hard. You got to spend like $1 million every scene that he's in.
Do some makeup, like work on the hard stuff. Like don't go straight CGI with everything. You can't be wearing half a green suit body. Like come on, man. Like do some work. Hire some people. We have amazing special effects people in Hollywood. They have access to it. Come on,
like, come on, man. What's the problem?
You know, I get what you were trying to do, but Cyborg looked ridiculous. I couldn't buy it.
I liked Cyborg. Man, DC gets such a bad rap because I like most of their movies. I think their lowest rated movie for me personally was Batman vs Superman. And I remember on one of our earlier casts we did, Until I did talk this podcast, guys. One of our earlier casts we did a Batman vs Superman review, and I was saying, I hate the movie, it sucked, blah blah blah. I didn't like it. It wasn't that bad. Juice was right on that point. It wasn't that bad.
Like that Superman vs Batman fight,
right?
Like of course,
it was
Superman could kill Batman any moment,
anytime,
but. Of course, it was cool. Like they made it.
They made it cool.
Yeah, Batman held his own. That Joan, he had to set up.
Oh, he actually beat Superman. He could have killed Superman if he wanted to. So
exactly.
And Batman was right. Men are brave.
It was interesting. It was weird.
Captain Marvel got a 78% as of right now today. Has a 78% on the tomato meter and a 62% for the audience score. It's kind of weird. I thought it would have been rated even higher than 78%.
A lot of people still hated on it, man. Like a lot of people complained. Like I remember watching like other people's reviews and everything they said on their reviews. I saw I don't remember the dude's name, but he was complaining about how like he just didn't buy the character. He didn't like the actress. Like I liked her acting. For me, she seemed very Carol Danvers like in the comics. So she seemed like she has a personality. She has a sense of humor.
Definitely,
but she's not hilarious. Right? She's not like. Hoorah! I mean, she's hoorah as far as like being, like she's kind of rigid in her personality. Like she is a little bit rigid. Like so, she's not like super flexible or funny. I don't know, and I feel like this actress kind of pulled off a good Carol Danvers, and I don't know if that's just how she naturally is as an actress. Maybe she doesn't have that wide of a range, but for me, her range was believable.
I think you could probably attribute a lot of that to script writing too, because you know the script wasn't overly funny. You know, it made sense. It had you have to have some of the mature elements for the mature adult audience, and like she didn't overdo it. She was funny, like you said. She was charming. Right? I thought she did a great job, and I can't wait to see her next movie. I like what
in the movie. I'm gonna say again, like I do like the attention to detail Marvel plays. Like they got Digimon Hanzo to play that side role right for a moment. like he was in there for a minute. Because he was that's where we first saw him in the original Guardians of the Galaxy.
Okay, yep.
Like, how many years has been since then? They were like, look, we need, and Rowan, the same dude. They were like, look, we need you guys to come back for these roles. I know.
Right.
We'll pay you some money.
It might be like 2 days of shooting.
Just do it. Right.
Fly on out here.
Yeah, and then we'll be done.
Yeah, man. Marvel's doing it the right way.
Support.
Can't wait to see the next movie. But, I mean, again, I'm a sci-fi action comic book movie junkie, so I need this. I need my fix. You know what I mean? I can't wait for Spider-Man. I can't wait. Even for Shazam. You know, let's do it, man. Bring it on, man. Like I said, we crave distraction, and this gives it to us. Especially for
Into the Spider-Verse is out. I caught that joint today.
Into the Spider-Verse was so dope. That was a great movie. We
didn't review that, though. We didn't review it on the cast. But.
All right, well, I guess maybe we can do that next time. That movie is off the hook. I heard they're trying to actually patent that style of animation because...
I heard they were about to give it out. Like, what was it? There was some...
Because that animation style in that movie was crazy. I mean, it was like a comic book on screen. Like, the way it was drawn and pixelated and the colors, and it was crazy, man. I said, man, this movie, it's an animated movie. This movie had a bigger budget than live action movies, you know? Like, I'd like to see the budget of Into the Spider-Verse next to Captain Marvel and see who had the bigger budget. I'm sure we can find out, but I don't know. You know. But yeah, Into the Spider-Verse was crazy, man. It had some jump scares in there. All the kids loved it. Right. I haven't heard one bad review about that movie.
Nope, not one.
And shout out to Stan Lee. They definitely did distribute to him at the beginning.
I had a moment at the beginning when I saw Stan Lee, dude. And they did the Stan Lee intro in the Marvel.
Right.
I had a moment. I ain't gonna front, man. I was just like, I bit my knuckle.
And you know the crazy thing is, Stan Lee, man. I was watching me and my son were watching the movie Teen Titans that came out in movie theaters recently. Stan Lee had a cameo in that. It was that's a decent. It's okay. Spoiler alert for Teen Titans. All right. Stan Lee appeared in the DC Teen Titans movie. I was like, what? Stan Lee is the cameo champion.
He was like, oh, we're
right. He was like, I don't care if it's a DC movie or whatever it was. I was like, damn, even these guys are paying respect to Stan Lee, man. You got to pay respect to the man. Stan the man.
I think he did write for DC at one point a little bit. But
it made me, after this movie, I'll go watch all the reviews online and, go see some spoiler reviews for the movie. And it made me go and watch all the Stan Lee cameos of all the Marvel movies up till now. And they had a few, I think, Infinity War wasn't in there. Wait, this movie obviously wasn't in there.
It was funny because he was in the original Spider-Man, like with Tobey Maguire. He was in those.
Dude, he was in the Hulks. All the Hulk movies. Those weren't even under Marvel. He was in those. Yeah. Everybody paid respect to Stan Lee, man.
He was in cartoons. Right. He was in everything. Just popped up.
Stan Lee was there, man.
He was in video games.
He was in the Fantastic Four movies. Yep. Like, Stan the man. Like, let's go, man. So. And
rest in peace, Stan Lee.
Yeah, rest in peace, man. Yeah. Rest in peace. So I don't know if he's going to appear in Infinity War. I don't know. I think he might have died before they wrapped up shooting for that movie. Or maybe, hopefully, they got a little something from him in there.
I don't know. If they do, I don't know if I can take it, man.
So when's the next movies coming out? I know we got Spider-Man. Let me hit up IMDb real quick. Spider-Man's coming out. Shazam.
And of course, they're going to do another Ant-Man afterwards. Just that's how they do. It's not the big Avengers movie. They drop an Ant-Man movie.
Now, it's not a Marvel movie. When does the movie Us come out? Is that already out?
Now.
It's already out? Okay, I'm going to go see that. I heard that joke was good.
Yeah, that joke looks good. I wanted to see it today.
It got a good rating. Yeah, man. So let's see. Shazam comes out April 5th, 2019. Man, do you know they got a new Pet Cemetery coming out?
I saw a trailer for that.
I was like, oh, man. Dude, do you know there's a Fresh Prince movie coming out? We're going to look at the trailer after we finish up this. I'm going to wrap up this clip. Fresh Prince movie, and they put a serious spin on the Fresh Prince. I'm like, so it's all start in West Philadelphia, born and raised on the playgrounds where I spend most of my days. So in the trailer, they show him on the playground.
Wait, is it Will Smith in this?
No,
fuck that joke.
He gets it. You remember in the beginning of Fresh Prince how he bounced the basketball off the dude's head and he got into the fight. So in this joint, the basketball runs into him, but Will has a gun on him. I say Will Smith, but the dude Fresh Prince has a gun. So he gets into a fight with these dudes, gets arrested. So that's how he ends up in Philly. I'm like, wait a minute, he ain't have no gun. He ain't have no gun in the trailer. Right. So stop it, dude.
Hollywood.
Right.
Don't listen to whoever's telling you to do shit.
I don't know, man. All right,
we didn't need a Tupac movie.
We're gonna look at the trailer for that. Hellboy comes out April 12th.
That looks okay.
It looks alright.
Yeah, he's no Ron Perlman, but it'll be okay. It'll be entertaining.
I'm trying to find.
Stranger Things comes out July 4th.
Everybody watches Stranger Things.
Dude, you haven't?
No, I haven't watched one episode of that. Man. I need to. I heard it's great. I heard it's a good series.
Sit down and watch it.
I heard it's good. Okay, I'm gonna watch it. I gotta make some adjustments to my cable anyway, so I'm gonna have a lot more time for Netflix, man. Everybody's being cable cutters, man. Like, cable's not worth it nowadays. Like, come on, the cable companies, just drop these prices a little bit. Y'all get some customers back, man. Like, Avengers Endgame, April 26th.
Yep.
Everybody's gonna be there for that. Shout out to Game of Thrones, April 14th. Let's throw that in there, even though that's not a movie. Yeah, man. So it's gonna be a packed summer. John Wick 3 comes out May 17th. Okay. Shout out, not an action movie, Marvel movie, but hey, still worth throwing in a mention.
The Godzilla movie. You see that? The new Godzilla movie coming out?
Godzilla King of the Monsters, May 31st.
Boy.
I don't know if I want to see that. I don't know. I feel like it's going to be overly action-packed, like Pacific Rim Uprising. I was disappointed in that movie. Although it looks cool, the monsters in Pacific Rim look awesome, man. Like, that's one thing I will not knock those movies for.
Pacific Rim Uprising.
I'm still going to see it. I'm still going to see it. Yeah, they were.
The story was a little, but fine. Like, it was action-packed.
You know what Captain Marvel got me excited for?
Godzilla's going to be action-packed, and the story's going to be good. Watch. I'm telling you.
I can see it. I mean, I might not go see it in the movies, but I'll watch it when it comes out. I feel like it has a Jurassic World, Lost Kingdom, a Fallen Kingdom kind of vibe to it. It's like, it looks awesome in the trailer, but is it going to be that awesome? Are we going to get too much story? I want to see the monsters.
No, I know. Okay, I'm with you on that one because that's what it did. That's what it messed up with the first Godzilla for me.
And you showed enough of the
monsters. There was a lot of story, glimpses of monsters, and at the end you had to fight, which is okay. That was a good payoff, but still, it was not as much monsters as I wanted it to be.
And Pacific Rim made a. That's where they didn't mess up. They showed the monsters a lot in both movies constantly. Like the monsters were there, the mechs were there, and that's what you go to the movie to see it for. So
Men in Black. That's whack.
In Captain Marvel, excuse me, Dark Phoenix. They showed a trailer for that, and at first I was like, because what was the X-Men movie that came out? Was it Apocalypse? Did you ever see that? And it was so cheesy, and I was like, this just doesn't fly nowadays. Like they look too kind of crazy, and although I like Psylocke, I've always liked Psylocke from the X-Men, man. You know, she's like a telepath, and she makes this.
I like Storm in that jump.
Telekinetic blade.
Storm was cool in that jump. But
they got me excited for Dark Phoenix, man. I actually want to see this movie now. I think it's going to be. I think it might be off the hook. Like they're not showing us the full scope of the action they're going to have in this movie.
I do like to have Nightcrawler back,
right?
So we get to see what that's going to be like. Because remember X-Men 2 was when Nightcrawler was in that jump for like one movie, and he was like the coolest dude in the whole show, man, in the whole movie. But here's the thing about Dark Phoenix, and I'm gonna watch it because it's a superhero movie. So
watch it. Yeah.
I'm gonna watch it, but. Like we did this before. We've been here. Like we've been here before. Like what are we doing?
Right. They did Dark Phoenix.
Like why again? Like there's a lot of X-Men stories.
Which gives me hope that they'll kick this one up a notch. Like maybe we'll see a side of Dark Phoenix we didn't see in that movie. Although that whole movie was about Dark Phoenix. So
yeah.
I don't know. Maybe they'll bring like the Hellfire Club into this one. Like
but they had
they weren't she wasn't in the
No, she was because oh no, you're right. Because
I don't think they were in that movie.
Okay,
like
they were in.
Remember Magneto was trying to release her.
They were in the first X-Men New Class.
Okay,
that's
the
Diamond,
first class. Right.
The dude, what's his name?
And the guy who absorbed the energy and put it in the dude's mouth. That was tight.
Yeah,
I liked First Class. I thought that was dope.
I'm had to kill my boy. What was the Evolver dude who evolved? His powers evolved.
Yeah. So like
Winston or something.
The black dude. Yeah,
the black dude.
That's the guy who he stuffed the energy ball in his mouth. It was like an energy meatball. He stuffed that on his mouth and he blew up. I was like, oh man, that dude was awesome though. That guy who was absorbing the energy. Like I mean, he was just tight. He was cool.
There you go.
So 2 more movies. Toy Story 4. I got to shout out to my son. You know we're going to go see that June 21st. And of course, we got to cap off the summer. Spider-Man, July 5th, 2019. Far From Home. I think that's the last installment from Marvel for the summertime. I think it'll be probably in the October, November before they release another movie. Yeah. I don't see anything else through August. So, yep, it's going to be a fun summer, man. Be action-packed.
So stay tuned. We're going to be doing reviews, and we'll let y'all know.
Of course, man. Of course.
Yeah, it's going to be dope.
So, yeah, man. Anything else to say about Captain Marvel?
Watch it.
Captain Marvel.
Decide if it's good or not for you.
I thought it was tight.
Decide yourself.
When I got on the movies, I was like, that was not bad at all. What are these guys talking about? Like, I heard it was boring and stuff. I was never bored. I was never bored during the whole movie. Yeah, Great movie. Go see it, guys. Go see it. All right. Wrap us up for Captain Marvel. Join us next segment.
Peace.